You know that feeling when you're digging through like endless emails or shared drives, just trying to find one specific clause in a contract?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Or that nagging worry that maybe a key renewal date is buried somewhere and you've missed it?
Happens all the time. Contracts are crucial. They're the backbone, but managing them, it can be a real headache.
It really can. And honestly, that's what we're diving into today.
Yeah.
AI-powered contract lifecycle management, CLM.
Mm-hmm.
We want to get past the idea of just, digital filing cabinets
Right.
and explore how AI can make these contracts,
Yeah.
well, active, intelligent assets that actually work for you.
Exactly. Turning a burden into a strategic advantage. That's the goal.
So today, our mission is to see how this tech can genuinely change the game for handling contracts.
And we're talking the whole life cycle here, aren't we? From the very start, the drafting.
Drafting, negotiation, getting approval.
Signing it, storing it, and then managing renewals or, what happens when it ends.
It's a big process.
Huh.
And without the right tools, it gets messy, fragmented.
Super inefficient, often.
And that's where AI comes in, right?
Yeah.
This isn't just storage. It's about a system that understands the language.
Precisely. It can analyze clauses, spot risks, even suggest actions. It's pretty powerful stuff.
So expect some aha moments, hopefully, as we unpack how AI tackles those common contract frustrations.
Okay, so maybe we should start with the basics. Just level set. What exactly is contract lifecycle management? CLM.
Good call. So CLM, at its heart, is managing that entire journey we just mentioned, from creation to, well, retirement.
Birth to retirement.
Drafting, negotiating terms, getting the sign-offs, executing, storing it properly so you can actually find it again, and then dealing with renewals or termination. It touches so many parts of a business.
Absolutely. Think about it. Procurement needs it for suppliers.
HR for new hires.
Legal, obviously, for compliance.
Sales needs it to close deals. It's everywhere.
It really is. Effective CLM isn't just a legal department thing. It benefits the whole company when it works well.
But often, it doesn't work that well, does it?
Yeah.
The traditional ways, I mean. What are the big pain points people face without good CLM, especially AI-powered CLM?
The list is long. First off, just finding the darn things. Contracts scattered everywhere, emails, shared folders, someone's desktop.
Been there. The scavenger hunt.
Exactly. And then version control. Which draft is the final one? Who approved what change? It gets chaotic fast.
Yeah, and that chaos can lead to actual mistakes.
Yeah.
Serious ones.
Totally. And think about approval cycles. They can drag on forever, slowing down deals, slowing down everything. Missed renewals are another big one. You accidentally auto-renew something you didn't want, or you lose a service you needed.
Ouch. Costly.
Very. And then there are the hidden risks, stuff buried in dense legal language that maybe gets missed in a manual review.
So it sounds like a recipe for wasted time, errors, and potentially significant financial loss or missed opportunities, just because the contract process isn't buttoned up.
Precisely. And that's where AI really steps up. It shifts CLM from being this manual, often reactive chore into more of a, let's call it a smart contract ecosystem.
Okay, I like that. Smart contract ecosystem. So how does AI actually make it smart? What can it do?
Well, the core is its ability to understand language, natural language processing, NLP.
NLP, right.
It's like teaching the AI to read and comprehend contracts, kind of like a lawyer, but, way faster and at a massive scale.
So it can actually understand the clauses.
Yes. And because it understands, it can spot potential risks or anomalies, things a human reviewer might easily miss, especially when they're looking at hundreds of pages.
Okay, that read and comprehension alone sounds huge. What else?
Beyond just reading, it automates tasks, like routing standard clauses for approval based on rules you set up.
Automation, okay.
It can even suggest negotiation points based on past deals your company's done.
Really? Like strategic suggestions?
Yeah, or flag non-standard terms that deviate from your company's playbook. And a really big one, monitoring obligations. It tracks key dates and duties in real time.
So it's not passive. It's actively working with the contract information.
Exactly.
Okay, let's dig into those value points then. You mentioned 9 key areas. First up was faster contract drafting.
Yes. AI CLM tools often have smart templates and clause libraries.
Right.
So the AI can pull together a first draft based on the type of agreement using your pre-approved language. And the speed increase is, well, reports say up to 5 times faster.
5 times. Wow, that's a lot of hours saved,
Yeah.
especially for legal or sales teams.
Huge. It frees them up for more complex work, not just copy pasting.
Okay, next. Smart clause detection and suggestions. How does that work?
So building on that NLP understanding,
Mm-hmm.
it spots common clauses, liability, termination, confidentiality, you name it. If something's missing or if the wording is risky or just not your standard,
It flags it.
it flags it. And often it suggests better wording based on your past contracts and best practices. This means less risk and way more consistency across all your agreements.
Consistency and reduced risk. That sounds like music to a GC's ears.
Definitely.
Okay, what about finding stuff in the contracts later, that search problem you mentioned?
Right. The old way is scrolling through PDFs, right? Painful.
Ugh. Yes.
AI gives you natural language search. You can literally ask it questions
Like what?
like, show me all the deals with liability over 10 lakh, or which NDAs expire in the next 90 days.
And it just finds them
Yeah.
instantly.
Pretty much scans the whole repository and pulls up the relevant bits. It's a massive time saver for anyone who's done that manual searching.
I can only imagine. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4 was automated approval workflows, getting things signed off.
Yeah, this tackles those delays we talked about. You set up custom routes based on contract value, department, risk level, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the smart part is, some AI can even look at past approval times and predict bottlenecks.
It predicts delays.
Yeah, so you can maybe nudge someone or reroute it proactively. It just speeds up the whole deal velocity, gets things done faster.
Faster deals, faster business. Makes sense. Okay, then risk scoring and compliance monitoring. How's AI scoring contracts?
Think of it like a credit score, but for your contract. The AI looks at deviations from standard terms, financial thresholds, jurisdiction, things like that,
Okay.
and assigns a risk score. If it's above a certain level, your company sets.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Yeah.
It gets escalated for closer review. It's about proactive risk mitigation, catching potential problems before they bite you.
A safety net.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And after the contract is signed, obligation and renewal tracking.
Crucial. The AI extracts key dates, milestones, payment deadlines, service levels, all those commitments from the contract text.
And then reminds you.
Exactly. Sends alerts to the right people. Hey, this renewal's coming up, or this report is due. Helps you avoid missing critical deadlines.
Which, as you said, can be really costly if you miss a renewal or obligation.
Absolutely. Saves money and headaches.
Okay, number 7. Version control and audit trails. Yeah. Contracts go through so many changes.
AI CLM makes this much cleaner. It tracks every single change, every red line, every comment, who did what, when.
So a clear history.
A complete, transparent history. Some AI can even summarize the key differences between versions. No more guessing what changed between draft 3 and draft 4.
That clarity must prevent a lot of confusion, maybe even disputes later.
Definitely. Then number 8, data-driven contract insights. This sounds strategic. It really is. This is where contracts stop being just documents and start being data.
How so?
The AI aggregates data across all your contracts. It can show you trends on dashboards, like what's your average deal size,
Got it.
which clauses always get negotiated. Maybe you need to change your standard template for that clause.
Ah, smart. Learning from the negotiation.
Exactly. Or how long does it take to close deals in different regions? This kind of insight helps you make smarter business decisions, optimize your processes.
So you're turning that locked up contract data into actual business intelligence.
That's the idea. Turning static documents into dynamic assets.
Powerful shift. Okay, and the last one, number 9, seamless integration, making it play nice with other tools.
Yeah, this is key. Modern AI CLM doesn't live in a silo. It needs to connect to your CRM like Salesforce, your communication tools, Slack or Teams, ERP systems like SAP, e-signature tools like DocuSign.
So the data flows back and forth.
Right. It makes contracts part of the main digital workflow, not some separate, disconnected process. Everything talks to each other.
It makes the whole system much more efficient, I bet.
Hugely.
Wow. Okay, that's a comprehensive list of benefits. To make it even more real, can you give some examples? Like, how does this play out in different industries? Maybe start with tech.
Sure. For tech startups, SaaS companies, they live and die by speed, right?
Absolutely. Fast scale cycles.
So AI CLM helps them close deals faster. It streamlines managing investor agreements, vendor contracts, optimizes procurement, keeps things moving at their pace.
Makes sense. What about somewhere highly regulated, like legal or compliance teams themselves?
For them, it's huge for reducing review time on standard stuff. Enforcing standard language consistently becomes much easier, and it helps massively with ensuring regulatory compliance, which is always changing.
Keeping up with regulations, yeah. What about, say, healthcare?
Healthcare deals with complex service agreements, vendor SLAs,
Right, service levels.
and lots of sensitive regulatory terms.
Nice.
AI CLM helps manage all that complexity, tracks the SLAs, ensures compliance with things like IPA, etc.
Okay. Manufacturing. Supply chain.
There, it's great for automating procurement contracts, making sure delivery terms are met, monitoring supplier obligations and quality standards, keeping that whole chain running smoothly.
And maybe one more. Financial services.
Yeah, FinServ uses it for streamlining customer onboarding, managing complex investment terms, and crucially, helping with regulatory audits, making them less painful by having all the contract data organized and searchable.
It really does seem to touch almost every kind of business.
Pretty much any organization with a significant number of contracts can benefit.
So if someone listening is thinking, okay, this sounds interesting, maybe we should look into this, what questions should they ask when evaluating different AI CLM tools?
Good question. First, does it cover the entire life cycle, from request to renewal, not just bits and pieces?
End to end, okay.
Second, is it truly AI native? Is AI baked into the core or just tacked on as a feature? There's a big difference in capability.
AI native versus AI assisted. Got it. What else?
Can it handle your specific workflow complexity, especially if multiple departments are involved? Security obviously is huge. How is your data protected? Who owns it?
Critical questions.
Scalability, will it grow with your business as you get more contracts, more complex deals?
Good point. Future-proofing.
And usability, especially for non-legal teams. Is it intuitive, easy to use, or are people going to need weeks of training?
Right, adoption is key. If it's too hard to use, people won't use it.
Exactly.
You mentioned Zcon by Zatamicron earlier. Where does that fit in?
Yeah, Zcon is interesting because it's really tailored for startups and mid-sized companies, those needing speed and agility.
So maybe not the giant enterprise behemoths, but fast-moving businesses.
Right. It focuses on that full life cycle, automation, compliance, collaboration, getting those data insights, and security, but designed for businesses with, faster deal cycles and maybe less complex internal structures than a Fortune 100. It aims to be more of an intelligent partner.
Okay, tailored for that segment. Good to know. Looking even further out now, what's next for CLM? Where's AI taking this?
Oh, the future's pretty exciting here. We're starting to see talk of AI agents that could potentially negotiate low-risk standard contracts almost autonomously.
Whoa, really? Autonomous negotiation?
Potentially for simple stuff. Then there's smart contracts on blockchain self-executing when certain conditions are met.
Ah, blockchain integration.
Maybe even voice-activated CLM. Hey, system, what's the status of the Acme contract?
Ah, okay, that would be handy.
And definitely more predictive analytics. Forecasting contract value, predicting risks much earlier, maybe even suggesting the optimal time to renegotiate based on market data.
So even more strategic.
Yeah, the big picture is CLM moving beyond just being a legal ops tool and becoming a core strategic system for the whole business.
That autonomous negotiation idea is wild, but you can see the efficiency gains. It's clearly a field that's not standing still.
Not at all. Contracts are just too fundamental, and AI offers such a leap forward from the old ways.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up for our listeners. We've seen AI-powered CLM offers, well, pretty compelling benefits, right?
Definitely.
Speeding things up dramatically, reducing errors, making sure you're compliant, giving you actual insights from your contract data.
And ultimately, giving you a competitive edge.
Right. It's more than just going paperless. It's about making smarter, faster, safer business decisions.
Exactly. Transforming contracts from risks into assets.
So as a final thought for everyone listening, maybe think about your own work. Where are the bottlenecks, the frustrations in your contract process right now? Could AI CLM solve those specific problems?
Yeah.
And bigger picture, how could having deeper insights into all that contract data actually change your business strategy?
Yeah, what difference would that make? It's definitely worth pondering for any business today.
Some food for thought there.
Absolutely. There's a lot of potential value waiting to be unlocked.